Squaddies, pause everything. Because when issue something called A, that's not oops red-eye correction. That is not lighting adjustment. That is, let's be very clear here, photo agencies do this lightly. These are the same organizations that publish war zones, disasters, and world leaders mid-blink. They are not fragile, they are not dramatic. So for them to collectively say means this image crossed a line so bright it needed hazard tape. And the kicker? The photo was released with that it was taken. Not recently. Not at some point. Earlier in the week. Sir, that timestamp alone just turned this from royal fluff into you genuinely could not pitch this as fiction without an editor laughing you out of the room. A future king releases a wholesome family photo. The internet squints. Photo agencies zoom in. And suddenly, boom! Not a correction, not a clarification, a kill notice. That's not royal misstep, that's... And squaddies, the most damning part? We don't even know was edited, only that whatever was altered was for professionals to say, which leads to the loudest question echoing across the internet. Now let's be responsible adults here. We are not stating facts, we are discussing. And because when a photo is altered heavily, people will speculate. That's human nature. And suddenly theories start flying. Was something removed? Was someone added? Was there a mobility aid? Was the positioning unnatural? And here's the thing. If the image hadn't been presented as... This is what happens when institutions that demand trust and then act shocked when people notice. Can we take a moment to applaud the press? Because despite all the royal access, briefings and sources close to the palace, actual journalists said, that's the gag, that's the plot twist, that's the part nobody expected. For once, the machine didn't just roll over. They said, and that, squaddies, is exactly why this story exploded, because someone finally refused to play pretend. Let's talk strategy, because this isn't happening in a vacuum. Since the silence, the confusion, the where is she spiral, the institution has been like its oxygen. They want the global headlines. They want the sympathetic framing. They want the brave, strong, resilient narrative. But here's the problem. Some people go viral by, others need Photoshop, lighting tricks, coatless winter walks, and strategic styling choices. And it shows. Let's zoom in, because fashion does not lie. That outfit? Brown plaid, tweed coat, muted autumn tones. In? Ma'am, this is giving, not recent family moment. And the skirt placement? Why is it there? Centered in a way that feels less natural movement and more drag and drop. Even casual viewers felt it. You don't need a degree in digital imaging to feel when something is... The vibes were screaming. Let's connect dots, shall we? The Christmas photo controversy, the oddly staged bony images, the coatless cold weather appearances, the sudden hair colour shifts, the hyper-curated survivor aesthetic, individually, questionable, together. This isn't about one photo. It's about an institution that believes optics matter more than honesty. And Gokura got caught mid-edit. And this is where we say it together, squaddies, because imagine living in a system where even you are a press risk, where authenticity is optional but narrative control is mandatory, where truth is negotiable but optics are law. Hard pass. So no, the real question isn't. The real question is, why does reality need retouching? Why does truth need filters? Why does honesty trigger kill notices? Because squaddies, when the image falls apart, people start questioning the institution behind it. And that's the real scandal.